Why is Black Friday the perfect time to build your freedom fund? During Black Friday season, millions of people spend money to buy things at a special pricing. But this year, I want you to be somebody who offers something. That way, not only can you prove your concept, so show to yourself and to the world that what you are selling is valuable, that you have the skills for that, but also you can start contributing to your Move Abroad fund. Because people are already in that mindset of purchasing something during Black Friday, we want to basically ride the wave. We want to be able to use that momentum and offer something that is valuable, something that is timely, and something that, again, will allow you to increase your Move Abroad fund, and that could lead to a bigger offer. So first things first is that Black Friday, your Black Friday offer doesn't have to be a signature program. It could be something very small, like a digital product, and I'll tell you more about that in a few more videos. But it could be something that you are testing as well. So if you're thinking of offering a course or a group program, well, during Black Friday, you can offer a portion of it just to test your concept. Second thing about Black Friday is that we want your offer to be very simple. So something small, easy for you to do, and very simple. Again, not complicated, not super fancy with funnels and things like that. We want the delivery to be very easy for you and also enjoyable for your clients. So there are a few do's and don'ts when it comes to Black Friday. The do's: absolutely have an offer. Have an offer, even if you've never sold anything in your life before. Now is the time to get started. Again, this could be a test, this could be a proof of concept, but definitely have an offer. Definitely share something that is based on what you already know. So you don't have to create something new based on something that you have to learn right now. No, we're not learning anything new. You're going to share something, you're going to sell something based on what you already know. Chances are, if you're already in business, or maybe you are going to create an offer based on what you already know, something that you've already worked on, you might have that resource already somewhere, maybe in a Google Drive, maybe some notes somewhere. Chances are it's something that you already have. Another thing to do is to focus on something that will provide results fast. So something that is quick and easy and simple for you to create, but also something that will provide fast results for your audience. So what are the don'ts? Don't wait to the last minute to do that. Don't wait to the last minute to sell, to promote your offer. And that's why this challenge is starting at least 30 days before Black Friday, because there's a whole process, there's a whole game plan that has to happen. And I'll tell you that more about that in a few videos. There's a whole game plan that has to happen before you tell people that you're selling something, okay? So don't just blast your link inside of WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups and on your profiles when Black Friday comes, okay? You want to be able to have a strategy behind your launch. And last but not least, the thing that I don't want you to do is to just discount something that you already have just because it's Black Friday. Just because it's Black Friday doesn't mean that it has to be cheap, okay? You can have something for sale at a higher price point, at a premium price point during Black Friday as well. Okay, so make sure you watch the next video where I tell you more about how to set your Freedom Fund goals. All right, now that you know why it's important for you to have a Black Friday offer, even if you're starting from scratch, you don't have an audience, or you don't even have a business yet, well, in this video, I wanted to share with you how to get started with your Freedom Fund goal. So you probably have done the exercise where you know what your Move Abroad money amount fund is, right? So how much you need to move and how much you need to leave abroad every single month, how much it is. Maybe it's 2,000, maybe it's 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. You know your number, okay? So the goal of the challenge is to allow you to contribute to that fund, to give you an appetizer, if you will, of how you can start making money, how you can start generating that monthly income. We're going to test it with a Black Friday offer. Why a Black Friday offer? Again, because it's easy, it's fast, and there's already that mindset of people wanting to buy during this season. So you have to be part of the conversation. You have to be available. You have to be visible for your audience. Your offer has to be out there so they know already that Okay, they want to buy, they're willing to buy, they're able to buy during this season. And now that your offer is out there, it will be one of the maybe many things that they're going to buy during this season. So, going back to the goal, what is the financial goal? What is that special number for you? Knowing your move abroad goal, like how much you want to be able to have every single month when you're abroad. But now during this Black Friday sale, by the end of November, how much money do you want your Black Friday offer to generate? I don't want you to think small. I want you to think as big as possible. I want you to stretch yourself. I want you to be uncomfortable with your goal because that's what we want. If you're shooting too low, then the effort and the energy and the enthusiasm and the confidence, all of that is not going to be very high. It's going to be really, really low. But if you're shooting for something more ambitious, like a big, bold goal, then we have the motivation, we have the confidence that we can reach that goal. And even if we don't reach all the way to that goal, we will reach higher than we expected. Okay, so what is that number for you? I want you to think about that as a seed, your Black Friday offer as a seed for your Freedom Fund starter kit, right? You need to make, let's say, $3,000 every month. But what if I were to learn how to make $1,000 with this Black Friday offer? And after that, in December, January, and February, I'm going to get better at what I learned here and will be able to easily make 2,000 or 3,000 because I've learned the strategy behind making $1,000. Okay, so think about this time as a way to learn a system, a blueprint. That will be your seed for you to be able to generate the amount of money that you need every single month to have a comfortable life abroad. So take a piece of paper and write down what your move abroad goal is, as well as what your Black Friday goal is. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the different type of offers that you can put out there for Black Friday. Again, we want it to be easy and simple and really fast to create for you, okay? Of course, during the challenge, we're going to create that offer together, but I want to give you a chance to kind of brainstorm a little bit and think about the different ways you could serve your audience during this season. You know why you want to put together a Black Friday offer. You know your financial goal for Black Friday. Now let's go deeper into how we're going to make it happen. What is the offer that we're going to sell for our audience to allow us to reach that goal? Okay, so again, we're going to keep it very, very, very simple here. We're not trying to build a signature program or your legacy program or something very simple, easy that you can put together, sell during Black Friday, and then even modify or sell again as is at a higher price point in December, January, so on and so forth. Okay, so there are three categories of offers that you can think about. The first category is the things that you are doing for your audience, for your client. This is where the freelancers come into place. This is where the VAs come into place, like virtual assistants. You are doing the task for your client, okay? Done for you. The second category is the DIY. So you are creating an offer, you're creating a product, a digital product for your audience, but they are consuming it on their own. This is the other end of the spectrum. First end of the spectrum is you're doing it for them. The other end is they are doing it on their own, the DIYers. So you are creating a guidebook, you're creating an ebook, you're creating templates, you're creating a mini course, you're creating, right, these things that you create once and then people can consume, and as many people as you want can buy that product. You don't have to be involved in every transaction, okay? They have your link, they can buy it. This is the most passive way to make money. So that's the other end of the spectrum. Again, the first one done for you. This is where you are creating a website, creating designs, you are creating email sequences, you are putting together wardrobes for people, you're creating resumes for people, you are updating their LinkedIn bio. You are doing it for them. They are not really involved. Your client is not really involved in the process. And in the middle, you have the done with you. This is where you have the coaching. This is where you have a live group program. This is where you have one-on-one calls with clients. This is where you have a workshop. Okay. This is where you can even have a pre-recorded course that is more like a DIY, but you have live Q&As every single week. So you have a little bit of a mix. All right. So this is in the middle, and you get to decide what you want to offer. Each of these three will require a different type of support from you. Some of them will require live support and others not at all, right? So the DIY, you don't really have to be live. You don't have to work with that client. There's more work up front because you have to create that resource. But once it's created, that's it. In the middle, with done with you, your time is more put into the equation, right? Because you are coaching live. Maybe it's just 1 hour workshop live, maybe once a month, but you still have to be there, okay? Or even if you are presenting, even if you're offering a mini course with pre-recorded modules and videos that you've done in advance, and now you just live just to answer questions, or even not live, but you can provide support. Like your clients can DM you and you can provide answers, like maybe an audio or something like that. That would be a done with you because you're still providing support, even if it's not like live at the same time as as soon as your clients need it. Okay. And again, with done for you, you have to be there, right? You could outsource it actually. If you are a VA, you could even outsource your task to another VA who does the work for you, and you would have like an agency kind of model, but that's a little more complicated. Let's just say that you're going to be the person who is going to do the task for your client. So think about it. Where do you position yourself? Which one is more appealing to you? And just because your Black Friday offer is, let's say, a DIY offer, doesn't mean that next year you can offer a group program or coaching program or one-on-one or a retreat or whatever it is that you want to do. So it's just for the purpose of our Black Friday offer. Simple, easy, fast, but very valuable. Where do you see yourself serving your audience right now? Which of the three? Think about it and write it down on your piece of paper. When it comes to money, when it comes to pricing your offers, more than likely you are undercharging. If you've put an offer out there, more than likely, and that's something that women do in general, we undercharge because we think that it's about us. When it's not about us at all, it's about the value of the offer. So if your offer is very, very valuable, it doesn't matter if it took you 5 minutes to put it together. If it's very, very valuable in the eyes of the beholder, then you charge accordingly. If in 5 minutes I can teach you exactly, I can tell you how to avoid paying student loan, how to avoid getting student loans and go to college debt free, because that's what I did. And I can tell you that in 5-10 minutes. It's extremely valuable. But just because to me it's like, I can do that in my sleep, doesn't mean I should charge $27 for it. Because of the value of that information, I can charge premium pricing for it. All right. So thinking about your Black Friday offer. In the previous video, we talked about the 3 different categories: done with you, done for you, DIY. Okay. And think about the value of what you want to teach. For Black Friday, for the sake of Black Friday, we don't have to create a huge program. Okay. So maybe, I'm just saying maybe, you might not charge premium pricing. You could, but you might not. Okay? If you want to, you can. So just because you're not charging premium pricing doesn't mean that your Black Friday offer has to be $27 or $9.97. This is not Jesse Penny. Okay? It doesn't have to be an 80% off discount. Okay? Do not discount. Just provide something of value at an appropriate price point. I want you to write this sentence down on your paper. What I provide is valuable, and I deserve to be paid very well for that. What I provide is valuable, and I deserve to be paid very well for that. Some of us will have more issues with accepting getting paid a lot of money for the things that come easy to us. But just because you have a gift doesn't mean that your gift is not valuable. Again, look at the impact that it can have on somebody's life. Avoiding $10,000, $30,000, $100,000 of student loan debt. How valuable is that? Avoiding a divorce, avoiding going to jail, avoiding whatever it is that you're helping your clients avoid and helping them get. What is the value of that? You might say, well, I can't put a financial value to that because it's like intangible. Okay, just like the MasterCard commercial, right? You can still put a value based on what would happen and what they will going to have to pay if they don't work with you. For example, you're helping new moms lose weight. Okay, so you are providing nutritional as well as exercise combo, like nutrition and exercise. And your Black Friday offer could be a boot camp, like could be a 1 week boot camp that is specifically looking at the nutritional part. So for a week, you're going to work with your clients with recipes and meal planning and all of that. Okay, so for you, easy, right? You know exactly what to do. You can put together a meal plan in 5-10 minutes. But for your audience, for the woman, for the mom who's had their kids, like the kids are like 5, 10, 20 years old now, but she's been carrying that weight, that baby weight for like 5 years, 10 weight. What is the value for her to lose that weight? Let's look at what this weight is doing for her. Maybe it's health issues. The consequences of keep carrying that weight have consequences on her insurance premium, maybe. The fact that she cannot bike around the neighborhood with her kids because she's overweight. She doesn't have the stamina. Maybe it's hurting her relationship, her marriage, right? Maybe she has self-esteem issues. So what is the cost of all of that, of not spending quality time with her children? Would I be willing to pay more than $100 to restore my confidence and to have more confidence and spice in my marriage because now I feel, because I've lost the weight? Of course, I'm going to pay more than $100 for that because it's worth more than $100 to me. Okay. For you, it could be 10 minutes of your time, but for your audience, for that ideal client, that's life changing. Okay. How much money would she be willing to pay for it? And your Black Friday offer, again, doesn't have to be transforming her whole life. It could be a portion of that. So maybe it could be the pain point that you are addressing. Maybe it's the relationship. Maybe it's quality time with the children. Okay? Whatever it is super valuable for your audience. So that's the mindset shift that we have to make when it comes to pricing. It's because it's not about, well, it took me 5 minutes to put it together, or it's just a Word document. Do you know how valuable a Word document can be for somebody who is on the receiving end? If I write a Word document, a 1 page, about how to go to college debt free, how to get your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, and your PhD debt free, which is what I did, and I just write it down on a 1 page Word document, extremely valuable, right? I avoid the pain of years of debt and having to repay that, the stress, the anxiety of all of that burden on your back for years, and the thousands and the 50,000 and 100,000 of debt because maybe you're going for multiple degrees. and I can erase that with a one-page document, how much do you think I should charge for that one-page document? Okay, you tell me. All right, so in the next video, I'm going to talk more about how the next 4 weeks are going to work for us. But today, I want you to sit and think about the value of what you have to offer, not for you, but for your audience. What is that value? And again, the more niche, the more precise, the more impactful, the better and the easier it's going to be for you to price it. Okay? See you on the next video. All right, so this is our 30-day game plan. I've given you a little bit of an introduction overview of, a bit of the foundations of things you have to know before we get started with the challenge. Why Black Friday, setting up your goals for Black Friday based on your move abroad money that you need every single month to live and thrive abroad. We also talked about the type of offers that you can have for Black Friday, how to price them well. And today I wanted to give you a little bit of a preview of what we're going to cover for the next 4 weeks together. So Black Friday will be that 4th week. The first week, which is next week, and I'm looking at my notes here, we want to get very clear on who we are having as our ideal clients. Who are we targeting? We're not just targeting women. We're not just targeting Black women. We're targeting women who blum, 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 who struggle with a specific problem or who want a specific thing. All right? We're going to get very clear on who we are targeting. The more niche, the better, because these people then will be able to raise their hand and say, oh, she's for me. But if you're for everybody and you're just general, people are like, I don't know if she can understand me. It's like going to, like if you have a knee issue and you go to a generalist instead of going to a, how do you call the people who do like bones doctor, right? Or if you have women's issue, right, with your cycle or something, you don't want to just go to your PCP. You want to go to your IBGYN, OBGYN, right? Because she knows or he knows, right? And so the PCP will be an extra step of, right? So same thing for your clients. They don't want somebody who's just a generalist, like, sure, you would know theoretically what to do. But if you're really for these type of person who struggles with this or who wants this, yes, you're the person. You understand. You know exactly what I'm struggling with. Okay, so that's what we're going to do the first week. After that, we're going to spend 2 weeks to prime your audience, to know where these people are and to make sure that they notice us, to make sure that we're serving them, to make sure that we're visible. So maybe it's on your own platform. So if you have a YouTube channel or IG or whatever social media platform you use, we want to be able to create the right type of content, but also to accelerate the process, we want to be able to leverage other people's presence, other people's platforms, whether it's a YouTube channel, if you want to be a guest on a YouTube channel, on IG and Facebook groups, right? We want to be able to be in the front of the line. Last week is launch week. It's promotion time. Whether you want to open the door to your offer on the Monday, the Black Friday Monday, on Black Friday itself, on Small Saturday, on Cyber Monday, okay, the whole week will be our launch week, right? And so we don't want to just come on Black Friday and say, hey, I have this for sale, buy it here, here's the link. On video 1, I told you that that's not what we're going to do. We're going to have a game plan. We're going to have a whole strategy. And for anything that I launch, any offer that you're going to have from now on, you want to be able to have a game plan. You want to be able to have a season of planning, a season of nurturing your audience, hyping them up, letting them know that something is happening, just like everybody knows that Black Friday is happening, right? And then when the big event happens, whether it's a birthday sale or summer sale, or whatever sale that you have in the future, you want people to be ready for it. So we want your audience to be ready for your Black Friday offer. Okay? So, any questions, let me know. Just comment below or send me a message on the chat. Like, just click the chat icon. It's somewhere up there. Or maybe it's here. I don't know. But it's like the little envelope at the corner, top right corner of your page. And let me know if you have any questions, okay? I cannot wait to see you live on Monday for our first coaching slash Q&A call, Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, okay? The Zoom link is going to be in the calendar tab. So if you go into the calendar tab, it's the same Zoom link every Monday for coaching slash Q&A call. So bring your questions and all that. And every Thursday we have co-working sessions, same Zoom link for every Thursday co-working session. Okay? Can't wait to hear more about your offer, your audience, your niche, what you want to offer for Black Friday, and of course, your move abroad plans. Okay? I'll see you inside. Bye.